Focus. All right, Jacob, Usama. Usama, turn your body 45 degrees to the board. Thank you. So, this tripling every 3 hours, what does that, so we know that our, you know, do we, hold on, let me collect my thoughts for a second. Do we want to call, we've got yeast cells, and we have things are changing as what goes by? Time. So we've got time. So we know that time is going to be our x, or our independent, and the number of yeast cells is going to be our y. Do you want to use C for cells and T for time, or x and y? What do you guys want to do? X and y? Okay. So we have y equals, and this triple means what is our base? If it's doubling, it's this. So if it's tripling, what are we going to have? 3 to the x. So let's see here. A strain of yeast triples every hour. Suppose there are 60 cells now. So that means that we have to make room here for 60 times this. Let me rewrite it here. Right? Our starting goes here, just like we've done the other day. So let me show you why, as in pourquoi, not y, this is the way it is. When x is 0 at starting time, like the moment we start before any time has passed, when x is 0, what's 3 to the 0? And what's 1 times 60? And is it true that at starting time we had 60 cells? Yes. And then when x is 1, that means 1 hour has passed. That means this will be 3 to the 1, which is 3. And 3 times 60 is the first hour, 60 triples. Right? So do you see how this works? Okay. So 60 cells now. Write an equation to represent the total number of yeast cells in t hours from now. So we decided we're going to let time be x and number of yeast cells be y. So we're done. 1A, ta-da, done, right? Any questions? Oh, so much work already. Okay, next, how many cells are there 5 hours from now? Are we looking for y, or are we looking for x? Right. I just want you to write this in your notes. You don't have to write it each time, but I want it there so you have it. We are looking for y when x equals 5. Okay? You have to know what you're looking for. You will not find what you're looking for if you don't even know what you're looking for. So, y equals 60 times 3 to the power of 5. Wait for it. I know you love when I say this. Take out your calculators. Don't forget to follow the BEDMAS rules of brackets, exponents, then dividing, multiplying, then adding and subtracting. I'm not taking out my calculator. I know you guys know how to press buttons plenty well, better than I do. So let's just make sure a couple of us get the same thing, and then we're going to make an assumption that you've all used your calculator correctly. Try it, Jada. Make sure you know how to use your calculator. 3 to the power of 5 and then multiply it by 60. What do you have? What's that? 14,580. The whole shebang? Okay. Jada, if you don't know how to use your calculator, I'll show you when I finish this, okay? Did you get that, Bella? Yes? Jada, Carla, did you get that? Okay. So, how many cells? So we have to write, when you're given a question in French, is it polite to answer it in French or Spanish? Stop it. When you're given a question in English, you know how you answer it in English? So they gave us a question in English. We need to answer it in English. So how many cells are there in 5 hours from now? You can make a very uninteresting, to-the-point sentence, but it needs to be a sentence. Therefore, there are 14,580, what are these guys? Yeast cells. Okay? Okay, all the questions are really actually kind of different, so I think we should try one more together, okay? So, question 2. A school has an enrollment of 1,200 students. The student population is expected to grow. So, Adam, in our bracket, are we going to have a plus sign or a minus sign if there's a grow? Good. And at a rate at 1.5%. Fee's already told us how to turn that into a decimal for the next 10 years. What is the growth factor as a decimal? So growth factor means, is it doubling, is it tripling, that kind of stuff. Then write an equation and then calculate what n is when t is 8, right? So it's really just the first part that's different. B and C are just like question 1, except in question 1 they gave us the tripling part. So I think you guys can try with your pencils to write something, you know. Pencils, erasers, doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. In fact, if it's wrong, it's better because then you're going to learn. If it's right, you're just showing me you know it already, which is good also, but better to learn. You have a question? Well, maybe I have an answer. Let's hear what your question is. Maybe. Maybe. Maybe that's just how much it's increasing. No, because remember here, this tripled, but the growth rate wasn't 180. That was how much it tripled. I'm going to leave you on that to ponder for a moment.